What we have been focusing on is creating great tech, great experience. So less about business, so to speak. But at the same time, we are seeing huge potential with this VR, beyond gaming, right? So that can be much bigger. So I've been saying to my people, my personal belief that the first product we release, whenever it is, whatever it is like PlayStation 1 was to 3D graphics. PlayStation 1 popularized use of 3D graphics in all the hands of developers, and everybody started to experiment. And when we started, we knew that some arcade games like driving games or shooters work with 3D graphics, but we were not expecting all those sort of things that industry has developed for the last 20 years. So whenever we start, this consumer VR, it's like PS1. We'll have 10 years, 20 years of, long road of, always experimenting, innovating, and all kinds of great things will happen that we don't know as yet. So the answer is somewhere in between, right? So we are focused on tech, prototype, and we are looking at enormous, applications. So, the first step is somewhere in between. We waited for this time that we have a pretty good, system that we can give to developers, so that it's useful to start creating games. Because it's really hard when we start, developers start experimenting with VR. All the things you learn from making games, you have to relearn for VR. Things don't just work, by coding or adapting it. So it takes time. We are still working on the hardware for the consumer unit, but the developers need more time to learn about VR and experiment and fail and try again and come up with this works. People like this experience. So we wanted to start it now. Morpheus system is actually 2 units. Head mount unit and what we call processor unit. That box, that's not just splitting the output from PS4 HDMI input to your head mount unit and the TV, but also it has a processing power. So what it does is to undistort one half of the image to the display. So you saw the TV display is like a normal view, right? That's done by the processor unit. So we are improving this head mount unit as well as this processor unit. So all combined, we can combine PS4's power and the processor unit power to do the necessary processing and take as much offload from a game resource. Move is one optional input device to create Morpheus experience. Of course, you can create experience without controller, or just DualShock, or Move, or some other way to input device. But no one has the better 3D positional input device as of today than Move, as far as we are concerned. So why not use it, for now? And if developer doesn't believe the experience is great, they don't have to use it. They can design around, using DualShock or some other way. So that's why we need many different developers to try different things. And one of the demos is a castle using the Move. And I really like the visceral feel of grabbing the dummy and torturing the dummy with the other hand. That direct interaction is really difficult to create that sensation with any other device. So that's where we are. If we can find something better than Move, of course we'll replace Move. We still believe Move is really great 3D input device, and it's finally will be useful with Project Morpheus.